Hello everybody, this is Kiyoshi here and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be reviewing again the F-Toys Insect Hunter, the Beetle and Stag Beetle Hunter series. This time it's the entire set of 4 other Beetles figures. So without further ado, let's get started. On my previous video, I had reviewed number 2, the red Japanese Rhinoceros Beetle, aka the Kabutomushi Beetle, which is right here, and I loved it so much, so I decided to get the rest of the set from number 1, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Yep, I got it from my local Japanese supermarket, Nijiya, which is located in Japantown, San Jose, California. So if you guys are in the area or ever visiting the area, make sure you check out the Japanese Japantown, which is one of the 3 remaining Japantowns in the United States. And you should visit there. There are a lot of Japanese exclusives. There's a bunch of good restaurants. There's a toy store in Nijiya, which is called, what was the name of it? Sonki. You guys should visit it. Almost all of the toys that are sold at Sonki's are imported from Japan. And there are some very rare ones like Godzilla. There's the Necozella, etc. Or there's a lot of blind boxes, which I will be covering that in my future videos as well. Which I got a bunch of toys and figurines from Sonki's the other day, which I will be reviewing that later. And yeah, so this is from Nijiya, which they have a bunch of variety of blind boxes at the front of the Nijiya store in Japantown, surprisingly. There are a couple of Nijiyas in my area, but this, the ones in Japantown, San Jose, has the most variety of toys, which is out of my surprise. Anyways, and don't worry about my dog barking at the back end. If you guys can hear that, he's just barking at strangers outside. Anyway, so this is the red Japanese Rhinoceros Beetles, aka the Kabutomushi aka. Very cool. Anyways, let's get straight to the rest. Let's open this one. This one is number 1, Kabutomushi. This is the black version. All right. In Japan, a lot of people, especially young kids, of course adults too. I like to open it from the bottom so I can preserve the box. A lot of the adults, especially the kids, raise Japanese beetles as pets. It's not a strange hobby in Japan. I think almost every kid growing up has at least raised a beetle or 2 or maybe a dozen, because it's semi-required. Not required, but there are a lot of Japanese summer school programs encourage people to catch beetles from the wild and just raise them to get an idea of this whole transformation or the life cycle of a beetle, of an insect. That also teaches the nature and all that. And also beetles are very popular in Japan. I don't know your area, how often do you see a beetle? Of course, throughout different parts of the world, beetles look slightly different. There are species, like native to Japan. There are species native to America, Europe, rest of the world. I think they're all slightly different, but one thing to it's the same is they're all beetles. They're very easy to take care, and once they hatch from the lava and they become like adult beetle, their lifespan is around a month. Maybe when you're very lucky, they're around 2 months, and they're easy to take care. They're capable of accepting a wide range of temperaments, settings, temperature, you name it. It's easy beginner pet to start with, but these little tiny giants are amazing. They are aggressive towards their own species or other species sometimes. That's why you've seen people battle, with having the 2 beetles in a container and let them battle. However, beetles are not the type that will battle to death, and maybe they win. Basically, they will use a horn. If you're for the Kabutomushi, for example, 2 beetle, they will battle, for their status, for the resources, for their houses. And then if the winner, probably, or the bigger and the heavier one, will lift the other beetle up like this with the horn, and then we'll just like throw that beetle out. And then once the beetle lose, usually this beetle will go away, fly away somewhere else. You know, they're not the type who will fight until death, like that. But yeah, it's very interesting to watch them from the wild. Of course, in captivity too, people try to battle beetles as a sport, especially for kids. I've seen that a lot in Japan. But yeah, during summertime, if you go to the forest, go to the tree, you know, just go to the wild, you will see a lot of beetles out there mating, fighting, just lying on the trees. The reason is once the beetle become the adult beetle, they only has about a month to 2 months to live. Their main purpose is to reproduce, you know, to offspring the next generation. Therefore, you'll see a lot of them in nature, and that's when a lot of people will be catching them. Yeah, so cool. And we just opened number one. When you open the package, they're packaged pretty nicely in these plastic wraps. Also comes with a candy. Once again, I think I've mentioned it long ago in my previous videos. The reason for Japanese imports to America, they include the candy, is because the tax is different. When you have food inside, they're taxed as like a food item, like a snack item, not as a toy. Therefore, the tax is cheaper. So, yep, that is just what I learned and heard long time ago. Anyways, here we have the black one, which is identical to the red version. This is number one and number two. The only difference, of course, is the color variants. Other than that, it's the same. This is black. This is the red. Here's the back. We see that everything else is very similar. And this is also actual size. The size on the box is the same size as the toys inside. And this is also resembling an actual size beetle from the wild. Very, very cool. I think from my experience, the red one is more commonly found. I mean, the black one is common too, but I've seen a lot of the red ones in my life. Anyways, these are the Kabuto Mushi, or the Japanese Rhinoceros Beetle. And now let's open number three. Where's number three? This is number three right here. Let's get it open once again. I open it from the bottom, but you can open it from the front and just slide it open. I would like to keep the box as I'm doing that again. There's a candy inside, and when you open it, it comes in a cage, not a cage, like a plastic wrap. It's very nicely packaged. I think these are around $7 each. The price is pretty cool too. I bet in Japan these are actually gachapon toys. I've seen them from the gachapon machines. Okay, here we have a stag beetle. In Japanese, it's called the kuwagatu. Kuwagatsu. Very cool. It's very different looking. This is also very common too. I have friends who really love stag beetles. My personal favorites are Rhinoceros Beetle, just because I just prefer this special rhino horn. You know, like I like this look more, but I have friends who likes stag beetles. You know, let me comment down in your in the comment down below, you know, which one's your favorites. Here we have the stag beetle. They have articulations. There's articulation in the waist. I'm not sure if this is the correct way to call this waist. And then there's a baldron on the head, and of course there is articulation on the clips as well. And then there's also articulation on the front leg. Nothing on the back leg. Yep. Very, very cool, articulated. I am personally not a favorite of stag beetle, just because they look more scary. You know, if your hands got stuck in there, it can just like hold it up, you know. But the other thing is, if you ever raised a stag beetle before, stag beetles are not as aggressive as, for example, lizards or some other animals or some other insects. Even your hands got tracked into it. Of course, I don't recommend you guys do that, but even if that happens, you know, it got clipped, usually they will let go within a second or two. You know, it's just, if it's on their way, they want to see what that is, so they grab it. You know, of course it hurts a bit, but they wouldn't, like, you know, trying to hurt you or kill you in a way. If you've ever had a stag beetle as a pet, you kind of know that they're not that aggressive in terms of attacking. Anyways, here we have the Stag Beetle. Very cool, a black version. Of course, there's tons of different Stag Beetles out there in the wild. I don't know, I heard there's like a couple thousands of versions of these beetles available. Anyways, here we have the third one. 1, 2, 3. And now let's do the fourth one. Here we have the fourth one. The fourth one is this one. Let's get it open. I actually don't know all the names of these beetles. I think this is also some sort of Rhinoceros Beetle, maybe. Or a stag. Oh yeah, it's some. Okay. This one, the horn fell off. I don't know if it's fell off or you have to do your own assembly. But when you open the package, they came this way. So you have to attach the hat on your own, I guess. Or maybe it's just fell off. Who knows? Let me try to get it up. It's on a ball joint, so it shouldn't be too hard, I would think. But it's not getting on there. Okay, I got it on there. No, but it's very loose. I'll do that off camera, but here it is. Wow, this one is amazing. I've never had this beetle in my life, but I think I've seen it. I don't know what the real name of this beetle is called. Let me see. Cancasus Beetle. Okay, it's some kind of kabuto mushi. So it's a beetle, obviously. Yeah, I think it's a type of Rhinoceros beetle, but more advanced looking. You know, it has, yeah, very, very cool. Okay. Very cool looking. It's skinny though, compared to a regular rhinoceros. It's small, but definitely the design of the face is so different. We got 2 horns here and 1 horn here, and there's another horn here. Cool. And this one has head articulation, and then the front leg has articulations. Well, this one's a lot more fragile to play around. See, everything is falling off. I never experienced that with the other ones. So this one is a little bit harder to play. But yeah, this is another one. I don't know the real official name of this. Anyways, last one is the largest beetle, I think, largest beetle species, and also probably the strongest. Maybe not the strongest, but it is definitely largest. It's called a Hercules beetles. This is also very popular in Japan as pets. Beautifully designed. I've never had this as a pet before in my life. I've only had the kabutomushi, the Japanese Rhinoceros beetle, and also the kuwakatsu, the tag beetle, Japanese tag beetle. I've only raised those in my life. I have seen these, but I've never raised these. Wouldn't it be amazing if, yeah, like this shell part can be open and to reveal the wings underneath? That would be amazing. Wow, this is just so vibrant, beautiful. Yeah, I wish this is bigger, because in reality, I think Hercules beetles are actually much bigger than this. This is a smaller size one, but I have seen like a gigantic, scary, you know, warrior type of the Hercules beetles. There's articulation on the face. Again, this is very loose on the head for some reason. But yeah, you can get it on very easy too. It's on a ball joint, so it can flip up, in. And then there's no articulation on the larger horn here. That's unfortunate. But usually what it does is Hercules beetles, if there's anything track in between there, they will use their forehead, just go up and down, like, you know, like up and down to grab it like so. This is in nature how they do it. Also the front leg articulations. Cool. It's very beautiful. Really beautiful. So here we have all 5 of the beetles, and from this series. I know this series, I mean this F Toys have released a lot of different series for the beetles. That's how popular these are. And like I mentioned, there are thousands of beetle species or types out there, or even variants in colors, sizes, etc. Anyways, my favorite, I'm very biased. My favorites are always a Kabutomoshi. These two, if I must choose one, maybe the red one is my favorite, because I have raised one just looks like this. Yeah, but the other ones I'm pretty excited. I like it too. I'm a little underwhelmed by this. I was hoping the size would be bigger, because in general Hercules beetles are larger in size, but still a very nice beetle here. Yep, so here is my review of the F Toys Insect Hunter, the Beetle and Stag Beetle Hunter series. Entire 5 beetles from this set. The black Kabutomushi, the red Kabutomushi, the Kuwagatsu, and then some type of Kabutomushi, and then the Hercules beetles. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye bye.